Dear brothers, there are lots of you listening to this who are married, some of you are engaged, some of you might be dating, many of you are probably single. I want you to think on this question for me. Are you worthy of the woman that is in your life? Or maybe that's the wrong way to go about this. Do you find yourself struggling with your relationships? Are they tenuous? Do you find that your woman is not very supportive, or you don't feel very strong around her? She doesn't listen to you. You're upset because you guys can't communicate effectively. Or you fall into this trap, which I do, where they have a problem. You offer what you think is great advice right away. Do this, your problem is solved. And they're like, they just don't take that advice, right? And then you end up resenting them for not taking what you think is stone cold, beautiful advice. For my single fellows out there, do you guys always say, there's no good women out there? All they want is shallow stuff. They want money and this and that, and they're promiscuous, and you guys get the idea. Ask yourself something. Have you made yourself worthy of the kind of woman that you want in your life? Have you earned her respect, her trust, her confidence, her affection, her love, her time, her dedication? The question that you often hear from men is, how do I find and keep a good woman? This was one of my questions for a long time until I got the one I have now. The right question we should be asking is, am I the kind of man that the woman I want would choose? That God would send me an angel on earth? Am I even worthy of that? We are so quick to point the finger and put the blame at the feet of the women in our lives. This has been time immemorial. All you gotta do is go back to the Garden of Eden with Adam. He literally blames God and the woman that God put in his life for eating the apple from the tree of life. And he was standing right next to her and didn't say a word. We love to play the blame game. Often we say that women today are not good enough, yet rarely do we turn the question on ourselves and ask if we are even worthy of a good woman. Well, the first question you have to ask is, what do good women want? They want someone who can protect them, right? They want someone who has their life together, who can get up on time for work, who has their ducks in a row with their house, right? Their house is in order. They don't just work hard, they work diligently. They're disciplined. Someone who can listen instead of having knee-jerk reactions to everything. They're not angry at the world all the time. Someone who can hold her when she's in a time of need while still being able to be a strong rock and stern and ensuring that reality remains in check. Who they can see as a good father someday, who will be nurturing to their children, who will give their children good values while also protecting them. Someone who has a good group of friends, right? They're surrounded by good people that they're uplifting, who has a sense of duty to those around them and to themselves, who takes care of their bodies. Maybe they go to the gym. They're looking for men who have a sense of purpose and they have their shit together. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. If you are struggling with the women in your life or with the woman that's in your life, are you any of the things I just listed above? Some silly examples that I am responsible to. You get mad at her for not getting up early in the morning, but you keep hitting the snooze button. You're upset that she isn't working harder, she's complaining about work. Yet here you are, not giving 100% of yourself to work, not being a craftsman at work, and feeling like you can complain that she's not working harder, is mad about work. You want women to respect you. Yet every weekend, you're getting trashed, sloppy drunk, coming home, throwing your computer on, watching a bunch of porn, and you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, that's exactly what women want. I don't know, what kind of woman do you expect to find and respect you when you act like that kind of buffoon? You will rightly get what you earn. One of my favorite authors is James Allen. He wrote the book As a Man Thinketh. For all of you who haven't read it, you need to read it. But in that book, he has this quote. It says, "Not what he wishes and prays for does a man get, but what he justly earns. His wishes and prayers are only gratified and answered when they harmonize with his thoughts and actions. Men are anxious to improve their circumstances, but are unwilling to improve themselves, and they therefore remain bound." If you want a good woman, you must first be worthy of one. We have got to get off of this blame game of it's the woman's fault for all of our own inequities. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that all of us are pieces of crap and all of you listening to this are pieces of trash, right? All of us have good qualities and all of us have bad qualities. We all have stuff that we need to work on, and we've all fallen short, including myself. I have not always been a great listener for my now wife. I have not always worked as hard as I should. I have had times where I have not been diligent with getting into the gym or reading my Bible or doing all the things I know to make myself worthy of the woman that is in my life. However, I also know that I have to be the one who changes those things. For all of you listening to this, that could be getting into the gym, reading good books, trying to focus on listening to your wife or to your spouse or to, your girlfriend for 30 days. Getting up early of your own volition, doing things that are difficult. Try to spend an extra 30 minutes with your kids every day. Stop telling your lady facts when she's giving you feelings, right? Trust me when I say this. This happens and has happened to me too many times. My wife says, "I am just so tired today." And you respond like an asshole saying, "Well, you should have slept better, dummy. Maybe you shouldn't have stayed up all night looking at social media. The sun is shining bright. I feel great. Let's get into it." You're going to get slapped in the face and she's going to stop telling you things. You have to remember that you are her person. She has to be able to come with you with her difficulties. But understand, you cannot help her if you are not the best version of yourself. And Lord knows you shouldn't be giving advice if you are not living up to those expectations. You cannot be a hypocrite in your relationships. I know and have friends who are unbelievable men who can juggle their wives and multiple children and their other commitments, and they can still devote time to themselves. It can be done, but you got to do it in baby steps. Pick something that you struggle with. And remember, all you have to do is bang that out for 30 days. But you got to have honest conversations with yourself about like, hey, I've really got to fix this, right? For all of my single guys out there, this is one of the big ones. Get off of porn. Easy as that, right? Your concept of women is completely skewed based on that alone, right? Is that the kind of woman that you want to bring home at Christmas time to see your family? I'm going to assume the answer is probably no, right? That's a quick one. Okay? Get up early in the morning and go to the gym 3 out of 5 days a week. You have now shown that you can be diligent, you can be disciplined, you can work on your body, you can do something that is difficult. You have now worked on something that makes you more valuable to good women. The beauty of this is that when you do all of these things, when you try to be the best version of yourself, you're not only going to find a good woman, you're going to find someone who loves you more than anything in the world and encourages you to be the best version of yourself. My wife is a great example. Now that she is in my life, she has only encouraged me to go be more, to be a better man, to work on myself, to improve myself, to go off and do videos like this, which I may have been very uncomfortable doing before. But she is there to encourage me to be the best version that I can be. And the best part about this is God, when you do what's best for you, when you become a better version of yourself, God sends you someone who can literally 10x what you could have ever done on your own. It's a beautiful thing. Be better than you were yesterday. Become the best version of yourself. It's as easy as that. God bless. Be strong. Let's get after it.